Hi, this is the Professional Amateur coming to with another review. This week I checked out 2019 After the Fall of New York, and this 1983 film was directed by Sergio Martino and stars Michael Sopkiw, Valentin Monnier, and George Eastman, among others of course. The story of this movie is that after a nuclear war, everybody is sterile. And so 20 years later, there's a rumor that there's one fertile lady in New York City. And so the reconstituted American government, which is hiding out in Alaska or something, they hire this guy with promises of being on like a spaceship or something. And he is tasked with, going to find this lady in New York City. And then once he's, there, he's got to fight all the mutants and gangs and whatnot. And then, of course, ultimately escape New York. Will he, though? Well, for that, you gotta watch the movie and find out. Alright, so let's discuss this film. Well, with this one, it's just, a cheesy post-apocalyptic movie from the 80s. And with this one, it's also, a ripoff of Escape from New York. Even the main character is right out of Escape from New York. And so it is probably things that you've already seen before, but I would say that it's fun throughout the whole thing. It just provides that cheesiness that you come to love with this type of stuff. And the movie itself, they have a lot of ideas in it, of course, with the sterilization of humankind. That's just like that movie, what's it called? Children of Men. They have, of course, Escape from New York. They have this, kind of Mad Max feel at the beginning as well. So it's a lot of things that you kind of know, but some other things as well. Like the world that they've created here, they have a history with the nuclear war. And I think with that one, the European states and the Asia states and the African states all kind of team up with an alliance to then take over the rest of the world. And so that's, an interesting one. And then having to reconstitute, the American government in Alaska, that's kind of fun. And then their plan of what to do with the fertile woman, they all want to go to space and find some other planet. They're just throwing everything in this one. And it's fun that way. They have New York City, and New York City is run by a power plant, and the power plant has its own army, and that's a little fun thing. And so there's just lots of different little fun elements in this one. And as they, travel through the story, they keep getting people into their little band of rebels here. So they pick up a person here, pick up a person there, lose a person there, then, pick up another person there. And so just the characters and how they work well together, I think is a good way to do it. What else? They have laser guns, and that's always fun. And so this movie, I think, is just fun right up until the end, actually. And I thought the characters were probably the best part of this one. They're just so kind of quirky and interesting, and they're also unique as well, that you really kind of get into them and you see different storylines going on with them, and that's all kind of interesting. And so, yeah, the characters, I think, really kind of make it for an enjoyable watch. It makes it for the sense that you don't really know who's on what side at any one time, so you're always kind of not necessarily predicting what's going on, but anticipating what's going on, and very rarely does that actually work out for you. So that is always an enjoyable one when you can kind of subvert expectations that way. Where this one certainly has a hint of that, where you are on the edge of your seat sometimes. And that brings me to what doesn't work with this film. Well, it's a ripoff of Escape from New York. That certainly is true. And so if you don't like rip-off movies, then this is not going to be for you. Of course, they're trying to do the same thing, essentially, just, with a different kind of tone to it. But I enjoyed that kind of corniness and cheesiness of it all. After all, Escape from New York is a B-movie itself, so it's a rip-off of a B-movie. And so it's not winning any awards or anything like that. And, some of the vehicles are kind of haphazardly kind of stuck together. And certainly some things are just very coincidental, and all of this kind of cheesy writing that goes into it. But at the same time, that's what I'm there for. I'm enjoying that type of stuff where, it's just fun things are happening. So don't have too much to say in the bad category besides, it being a copy of something else. But ultimately, I think you could watch this one just for the fun factor of it all. So with this one, there's not too much to pick apart as long as you're enjoying it all. And so with this one, would I recommend it? Yeah, I would say check it out if you can find it. It is just kind of, easy to consume media that turns out to be enjoyable. So that's always good. As for rating, well, ultimately, I found it to be a good bad movie. So I'm going to give it the 4.5. And with that being said, I think that's all I wanted to say. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.